Hey folks, Ed here from Brain Pulp TV, and it's not quite launch time yet. We're launching on the 30th. I've done one previous video to this. It's what we're referring to as one of our soft launch videos. And the reason why is because we got our Battle for Zendikar product in. I have already opened up a fat pack, which I filmed, and you will probably see it because I'm guessing I'm going to release that video first. And now I'm going to be opening up one of the two booster boxes that we got. So without further ado, I'm just going to crack this sucker open. So let's dig into these here. I'm just going to move this back here. Hopefully that's not going to mess with the zoom. Let me just move a little bit closer to the camera. I'm trying not to bump the tripod. Getting used to doing this setup, you know what I mean? I'm going to skip through the commons. I'm just going to go to the uncommons and the rares. Okay, so the first uncommon is Undue Rising, Retreat to Kazandu, Dampening Pulse, and our first rare is Akum Hellkite, which is a 6-drop, 4 colorless, 2 red, 4/4 dragon creature with flying, of course. It also has landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, Akum Hellkite deals 1 damage to target creature or player. If that land is a mountain, Akum deals 2 damage to that creature or player instead. Mountain. And a dragon token. I'm a big fan of tokens. I think I mentioned this in every video, or I probably will mention every video, so I'm super excited whenever I get a token. I'm just going to separate the rares. I haven't done many openings. I'm still getting used to it. I'm getting used to the camera setup. Hopefully my voice doesn't give out because it's already a bit raw and I've only done one fat pack opening, so... Luckily, I have T standing by, which is information no one really needs to know, but whatever. Retreat to Kazandu, Catacomb Sifter, Adverse Conditions, and, yes, Mythic, and a Planeswalker, Kyora, Master of the Depths. It is a 4-drop, 2 colorless, 1 green, 1 blue Planeswalker. Her +1 is untap up to 1 target creature and up to 1 target land. Her -2 is reveal the top 4 cards of your library. You put a creature card and or land card from among them into your hand, put the rest into your graveyard. And her ultimate, for -8, she starts at 4 loyalty. You get an emblem with, whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may have it fight target creature. Then put 3 8/8 blue octopus creature tokens onto the battlefield. Very nice way, starting off second pack in, and some mythic. Pretty nice, pretty nice. And an island. So obviously the big chase, I mean, it's always great. It's always great to open up a Planeswalker almost right off the bat. But obviously the big thing that everyone is chasing is the Zendikar expeditions, those crazy special lands which immediately start off with like immense value depending on which ones you get. I mean, I think any of them have a decent amount of value, but there are some which I think like the polluted Delta or whatever it is that man, some of them are nuts what they're already asking for. I think it's already nuts what they're asking for just regular land, which has driven up the price of fat packs and stuff. But still, that's a complaint for another video. Other people have done plenty of videos complaining about that. I will not do one at least anytime soon. Okay, so the first uncommon is Void Attendant. We've got Grove Rumbler, Carrier Thrall, and Planar Outburst, which is a 5-drop sorcery, 3 colorless, 2 white, destroy all non-land creatures. It also has Awaken 4. For 5 colors, 3 white. You can also put 4 1/1 white counters on target land you control, and it becomes a 0/0 elemental creature with haste. It's still a land. Oh, nice. And an emblem. One of the emblems for Nixilis. Nixilis, right? Maybe that means I'll get 2 Planeswalkers. Huh? Possibly, you never know. Would have been kind of nice to get her token, because I know for sure I've got her, but still, I'm not going to complain. Or her emblem, not token. Okay, Processor Assault, Ulamog's Reclaimer, Slab Hammer, which is kind of a cool name, and Shrine of the Forsaken Gods, which is a rare land, tap, add 1 colorless to your mana pool, or tap, add 2 colors to your mana pool. Spend this mana only to cast colorless spells Activate this ability only if you control 7 or more lands. We are going to be opening up the second booster, but we bought 2 booster boxes, 2 fat packs. I already opened up one of the fat packs. Like I said, we're going to be hopefully giving away the second one. The second booster box we are going to be shooting an opening, but 3 of us, me, Travis, and Steve, who are the Brain Pulp crew, are going to be opening it all together, and then we're going to be creating a deck, basically sort of like a mega draft deck. Okay, first in come, we have Skitterskin, Expedition Envoy, Core Blade Whirl, and Prairie Stream, which is one of the rare lands, which is just a regular plains and island type, and you can add white or blue to your mana pool. Prairie Stream enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or more basic lands. Man, okay, I don't think that the land should be driving up the prices of fat packs the way they are, but it's beautiful, beautiful artwork on these lands. I actually have a hard time remembering a set in recent past where I have found almost any of the artwork to be subpar. I mean, they do a pretty amazing job on making the artwork on these cards now just incredible. We got Royal's Retribution, Tajuru Warcaller. Every time it's like just a made up name, I'm always initially my mind like fills with dread that I have to try to pronounce a word I've never seen before, but hopefully I can muddle through it. Tajuru Warcaller, Infuse with the Elements, and Painful Truths is our rare, which is a 3-drop sorcery, 2 colorless, 1 black, gets you a Converge. You draw X cards, and you lose X life, where X is the number of colors of mana spent to cast Painful Truths. And an elemental token. Man, even the artwork on the tokens is just stunning. Okay, we have Brood Monitor, Crumble to Dust, Adverse Conditions, and Ally Encampment. It's a rare land, which is tap, add 1 colors to your mana pool, or tap, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Spend this mana only to cast an ally spell, or pay 1 colorless, tap, sacrifice ally encampment, return target ally you control to its owner's hand. We got this booster box from a local card shop, Hidden City Comics, which was kind enough not to gouge us ridiculously for the fat packs we bought from them as well too. And he was already the owner there was asking us to keep him in mind if we do open a one of these Zendikar expeditions, because he's already got people who are lined up to purchase some of those cards. Anyways, we have Drana's Emissary, Retreat to Valakut, Cryptic Cruiser, and Felidar Sovereign, which is a 6-drop cat beast creature, 4/6 with vigilance and lifelink. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have 40 or more life, you win the game. I've always been a fan of these cards which give you an alternate win condition. So I'm going to try, obviously a very casual deck, but I'm going to try to build a deck to play against Steve and Travis in that uses this card as its backbone, because I really would love to be. We play a lot of multiplayer, so it'd be really nice just to win outright without having to defeat multiple opponents before you can actually be the winner. Ooh, and a foil, Cliffside Lookout, which is beautiful foil. Plains, and a crazy nice looking elemental token. Let's create a separate pile for my foils there. And I am just going to take 1 second to have a sip of tea because my throat is killing me. And I'm back. The tea helped my throat, but my God, I think I burnt my tongue. So, it may not have been the best decision. Okay, our first uncommon is Grove Tender Druids, Pathway Arrows, Blighted Gorge, and Wasteland Strangler, which is a 3-drop Eldrazi Processor creature. It's 3/2, it has Devoid, which means this card has no color. When Wasteland Strangler enters the battlefield, you may put a card an opponent owns from exile into that player's graveyard. If you do, target creature gets -3/-3 until the end of turn. Island and plant. Plant. Okay, I'm not sure where that token is spawned from, but... Okay, we have Hagra Sharpshooter, Coastal Discovery, Blighted Fen, and Lumbering Falls, one of the new land cycles. It is blundering. That's what I'm doing. Lumbering Falls enters the battlefield tapped. Add green or blue mana to your mana pool, or you can pay 2 colorless, 1 green, 1 blue. Lumbering Falls becomes a 3/3 green and blue elemental creature with hexproof until the end of turn. It's still land. I actually did not see this in the preview. I was expecting this to be one of the other lands that comes into play tapped unless you're controlling, I believe, 2 or 3 more lands. So that's kind of a nice surprise. And I really love this particular island artwork. And we got an emblem for Kyora. So that's pretty nice as well, too, to go with the Planeswalker. Oh. Getting a little ahead of myself there. So we have Stasis Snare, Breaker of Armies, Encircling Fissure, and Defiant Bloodlord, which is a 5-drop vampire 4/5 creature with flying. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. And a foil Sludge Crawler. Forced and an Eldrazi token. A 10/10 Eldrazi token. A 10/10 Eldrazi token with what looks like a slight bend in the corner. Oh well, at least it's just a token. Better on the token than on a mythic. Or even a rare. Okay, we have Rot Shambler, Ulamog's Reclaimer, Slab Hammer, and Barrage Tyrant, which is a 5-drop, 4 colorless, 1 red, 5/3 creature, Eldrazi. It's got Devoid, and for 2 colorless, 1 red, sacrifice another colorless creature. Excuse me, while I almost burp into the microphone. Sacrifice another colorless creature. Barrage Tyrant deals damage equal to the sacrificed creature power to target creature or player. I just noticed this. I guess with the colorless ones, like with the Eldrazi, I just noticed that the text box here is actually somewhat transparent. So I did not notice that before. Okay, we have Rising Miasma, Unified Front, Royal Spout, and Angelic Captain, which is a 5-drop, 3 colorless, 1 red, 1 white Angel ally creature. It's 4/3 with flying. Whenever Angelic Captain attacks, it gets +1/+1 until the end of turn for each other attacking ally. There seems to be a lot more tokens in this set than just tip cards, which is usually, I find to be the exact opposite in every other set that I've opened. At most, I usually find it's a 50-50 split. In this one, it's been, I think 90% tokens, which is great. For someone who loves tokens as much as I do, it's super great. We have Void Attendant, Wind Rider Patrol, Jaddy Offshoot, and Niss's Renewal, which is a 6-drop sorcery, 5 colorless, 1 green. Gets you search your library for up to 3 basic land cards. Put them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. You gain 7 life. And a foil forest. It's so weird to be super excited to open a foil land in a set, because these ones, I have no idea how much they are, but I mean, beautiful for full art with foil. I'm guessing it's going to be, sought after. So I'm just going to set that aside, I guess, with the other foils. Actually, you know what? I'll put this down here. I'll put that over there. Excuse me while I bring the video to a screeching halt as I start to organize the table. Herald of Kozilek, Malachor Familiar, Horribly Awry, and our rare is March from the Tomb. It's a 5-drop, 3 colorless, 1 white, 1 black sorcery. Return any number of target ally creature cards with total converted mana cost 8 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Yeah, there is definitely like a much higher percentage of tokens to tip cards, which is great. I never understood why they would go to the trouble of printing up those tip cards when they could simply just, give us more tokens. So good on you, Wizards, for that. We have Drana's Emissary, Akum Stonewaker, Pilgrim's Eye, and another mythic, Part the Water Veil. It is a 6-drop, 4 colorless, 2 blue sorcery. Take an extra turn after this one. Exile part the Water Veil. It's got Awaken 6, so for 6 colorless, 3 blue. If you cast it for its Awaken cost, you can also put 6 1/1 counters on target land you control, and it becomes a 0/0 elemental creature with haste. It is still a land. I probably won't read the next Awaken effect just because, it's pretty much the same thing each time. Just based on the number. As far as I know, if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me in the most polite way possible. Akum Stonewaker, Grip of Desolation, Hedron Archive, and Lantern Scout, which is a 3-drop, 2 colorless, 1 white, 3/2 human scout ally creature with Rally. Whenever Lantern Scout or another ally enters the battlefield under your control, creatures you control gain lifelink until the end of turn. We have Vile Aggregate, Skitter Skin, Core Blade Whirl, and Cinderglade. Now this is from the land cycle that I thought the other land card was from. It is both a basic mountain and forest card. You can tap it for either red or green mana, and Cinderglade enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or more basic lands. And a beautiful foil island. If you get a chance to watch the Fat Pack video, it went pretty well. I think I got. I don't want to spoil it. So, anyways, we have Core Entanglers, Blighted Woodland, Titan's Presence, and Bring to Light. It is a 5-drop sorcery, 3 colorless, 1 green, 1 blue. Gets you Converge. Search your library for a creature, instant, or sorcery card with converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of colors of mana spent to cast Bring to Light. Exile that card, then shuffle your library. You may cast the card without paying its mana cost. Looks like we're about halfway through. No foil rares yet, but we do have 2 mythics. So it looks like we're on par to about an average box so far. Forerunner of Slaughter, Tunneling Geoped, Royal Spout, and Sanctum of Ugin, which is a tap to add 1 colorless to your mana pool. Whenever you cast a colorless spell with converted mana cost 7 or greater, you may sacrifice Sanctum of Ugin. If you do, search your library for a colorless creature card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. And I'm going to take another shot of tea. Okay, we have Scythe Leopard, Grove Tender Druids, Halimar Tidecaller, and Veteran Warleader, which is a 3-drop human soldier ally creature. Veteran Warleader's power and toughness are equal to the number of creatures you control. Tap another untapped ally you control. Veteran Warleader gains your choice of First Strike, Vigilance, or Trample until the end of turn. I have a feeling I'm actually going to be creating an ally deck. One of the sort of the staples that I've always sort of like tinkered around with throughout the years has been like soldier decks. So I'm really big fan of like creature type decks, which means that I'm going to try to definitely embrace the ally love there. Okay, so we have Catacomb Sifter, Ulamog's Nullifier, Retreat to Hagra, and Ugin's Insight. A 5-drop 3-colorless 2-blue sorcery. Scry X, where X is the highest converted mana cost among permanents you control, then draw 3 cards. Out of curiosity, do you guys, when I watch opening videos, sometimes that sound of the pack opening, I'm going to try to do my best to edit out the sound, or at least deaden it a little bit, providing I'm not talking over when I'm opening a pack. But that sound gets grating after a while, in my opinion, so I'm not sure if you guys feel the same way or not. Let me know if you do. Roiling Thunder is the first uncommon. Retreat to Coral Helm. Blighted Fen, and Duststalker, which is a 4-drop Eldrazi creature. 2 colorless, 1 black, 1 red, gives you a 5/3 creature with Devoid and Haste. At the beginning of each end step, if you control no other colorless creatures, return Duststalker to its owner's hand. Let's see where we're at. Yeah, I think we're about half, maybe a little bit more way through. It's always deceptive. When I'm looking at the pack, I can never tell how many layers of packs are left in a box. I thought there was only maybe 2, but looks like there's actually 4 left. Okay, Transgress the Mind. Retreat to Valakut. Deathless Behemoth. And Void Winnower, Mythic. A 9-drop Eldrazi creature, 11/9 when your opponent can't cast... your opponents can't cast spells with even converted mana costs. 0 is even. Your opponents can't block with creatures with even converted mana costs. I remember seeing this in the preview and thought that was a very, very unique idea for a card. I'm not sure if it's ever going to see play, but it's definitely sort of like a unique idea for some sort of card's ability. And it's a mythic, so can't complain. So I think that's 3 mythics. So I think that's an average booster box, right? Is it 3 or 4 mythics? I think it's only 3 mythics is usually makes up an average booster box. We have Grip of Desolation, Blighted Cataract, Retreat to Amiria, and Sunken Hollow. It's both an island and a swamp. You can tap it for blue and black, and it comes into play tapped. It comes into play tapped unless you control 2 or more basic lands. Just gonna spread these out a little bit. I'm in my office right now shooting this. I've got the door closed and the AC off so it doesn't make noise, and I am sweating like a fiend right now. We have Undo Rising. Excuse me. Ulgamog's Nullifier, Titan's Presence, and Zada Hedron Grinder. Did I already open one? I can't remember if I already opened one or not, but just in case, I'll reread it. It's a 4-drop Goblin Ally legendary creature. It's 3/3, so for 3 colorless, 1 red. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets only Zada, copy that spell for each other creature you control that the spell could target. Each copy targets a different one. One of those creatures. Targets a different one of those creatures. I opened up one of these in the Fat Pack, and I had to try reading it like 8 times. It was when I suddenly realized I was not wearing my glasses, or I didn't have contacts in as well, too. And the print is a little small, and it was a little difficult for me, and yeah, I failed miserably when I was trying to read that card. We have Expedition Envoy, Ruination Guide, Sylvian Scrying, and Omnath, Locus of Rage, another mythic. It is a 7-drop, 3 colors, 2 red, 2 green, gets you a 5/5 legendary elemental creature. It's got landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, put a 5/5 red and green elemental creature token onto the battlefield. Whenever Omnath or another elemental you control dies, Omnath deals 3 damage to target creature or player. Still holding out hope that I'm going to open up one of those Expedition cards, but I don't know at this point. We're down to last few packs. I think we've got about 7 left. Okay, we've got a Plated Crusher, Resolute Blademaster, Molten Nursery, which is kind of a cool name for a card, and Oran Reef Hydra. A 6-drop, 4 colors, 2 green, gets you a 5/5 Hydra creature with trample. Also has landfall. When a land enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on Oran Reef Hydra. If that land is a forest, put 2 1/1 counters on it instead. And a quick tea break. We have Vile Aggregate, Pathway Arrows, Blighted Step, and Smothering Abomination. A 4-drop, 2 colors, 2 black Eldrazi creature with Devoid and flying. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice a creature. Whenever you sacrifice a creature, draw a card. Vampiric Rites, Bane of the Balaged, Tide Drifter, and Oran Reef Hydra, which we just opened a little while ago, so I'm not going to read it again. And a foil Shatter Skull Recruit. Looks like we're down to our last, unless I'm seeing it wrong, our last 5 packs. This is actually 6th, including this one. We have Turn Against, Bloodbond Vampire, Cryptic Cruiser, and Drowner of Hope, which is a 6-drop, 5 colors, 1 blue Eldrazi creature with Devoid. It's a 5/5. When Drowner of Hope enters the battlefield, put 2 1/1 colorless Eldrazi creature tokens onto the battlefield. They have sacrifice this creature, add 1 colorless to your mana pool. Sacrifice an Eldrazi Scion, tap target creature. And a foil Maraza Ranger. I often wondered when Wizards R&D comes up with some of the names of these cards, if they just cackle with glee, wondering how people are going to try to pronounce some of these words. Okay, we have Stasis Snare, Scythe Leopard, Coastal Discovery, and Brood Butcher. It is a 5-drop, 3 colorless, 1 black, 1 green, gets you a 3/3 Eldrazi drone creature with Devoid. When Brood Butcher enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 colorless Eldrazi creature token onto the battlefield. It has sacrifice this creature, add 1 colorless to your mana pool. And for a black and green, sacrifice a creature, target creature gets -2/-2 until the end of turn. I don't know, folks. It does not look like we're going to be getting one of those Expedition cards, which is unfortunate. I think it's something like only 1 in every 6 booster boxes get it, so maybe we'll do better with the other booster box that I'll be opening with Travis and Steve very, very soon. Actually, we'll be doing that later tonight, but that video won't be released for another couple weeks, I think. Hagra's Sharpshooter, Angel of Renewal, Ulamog's Despoiler, and Scatter to the Wind, which is a 3-drop instant, 1 colorless, 2 blue, gets you counter target spell, Awaken 3, and yeah, we've gone through Awaken before a few times. Okay, last 3 packs. We have Zulaport Cutthroat, Stasis Snare, Molten Nursery, and Smoldering Marsh. It's both a swamp and a mountain. You can add black or red to your mana pool, and it comes in the play tap unless you control 2 or more basic lands. And another Nixilis emblem. Okay, Grove Rumbler, Roiling Thunder, Carrier Thrall, and our rare is a Woodland Wanderer. It is a 4-drop, 3 colorless, 1 green, 2/2 elemental creature with vigilance and trample. It also has Converge when Woodland Wanderer enters the battlefield. It enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each color of mana spent to cast it. And a foil Veteran War Leader. Nice. We have a regular one of these, so I won't read it again, but there's our foil rare. Now all we need is our last pack to be an Expedition pack. Be nice, but I'm not going to hold my breath. Though it's just 1 pack, so it wouldn't kill me just to hold my breath for 1 pack, but it'd be hard to read the cards then. Anyways, Chasm Skulker, Chasm Guide, Transgress the Mind, Blighted Gorge, and Munda Ambush Leader. It is a 4-drop, 2 colorless, 1 red, 1 white, legendary core ally creature, 3/2 with haste. It has Rally. Whenever Munda enters the battlefield, or whenever Munda or another ally enters the battlefield under your control, you may look at the top 4 cards of your library. If you do, reveal any number of ally cards from among them. Put those cards in the top of your library in any order, and the rest in the bottom in any order. I think we might have opened one of these already. Swamp. So, no Expedition. We did get, I believe, three mythics and 1 foil rare. So it was a very average box, but the highlight was easily, almost right off the bat, opening up a Kyora Master of the Depths, which I'm always happy to open up a Planeswalker, so I'm super psyched to put this, try to put this in one of my decks and see how it goes. So there you go. That was the Battle for Zendikar booster box opening. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much for liking and subscribing. As well, to keep a lookout for a video coming up in which we will explain how you could potentially walk away with one of these. A Battle for Zendikar fat pack. And we won't even charge you like double the suggested retail price. In fact, we won't charge you anything at all. It's going to be along the lines of, if we hit a certain number of subscribers within a certain amount of time, we'll be giving one of these away to one of the subscribers. So it's not even going to be a ridiculous number of subscribers that we're looking for. I think it's only about 1,000 within a month, which is, I realize, a little ambitious, but it's not crazy shoot the moon ambitious. So anyways, keep a lookout for that video. And in the meantime, take care, everyone. I hope your pulls are great, and I will see you all very soon.